Jean Carroll used the Adult Survivors Act to win a $5 million civil lawsuit against former President Donald Trump, accusing him of assault and suing him for defamation. And now, actor Jamie Foxx has been accused in a civil lawsuit of sexually assaulting a woman in New York City back in 2015. These high-profile cases and thousands more are
Breaking, the New York ASA law is scheduled to expire on Friday, November 24th. Now let's get to it.
Jean Carroll used the Adult Survivors Act to win a $5 million civil lawsuit against former President Donald Trump, accusing him of sexual assault and suing him for defamation. Disgraced New York gynecologist Robert Haddon was sentenced to 20 years in prison in July, sexually abusing some patients. Last month, hundreds more filed suit using the New York law. Just last week, hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs settled a lawsuit with R&B singer Cassie after she claimed Combs were. And now, actor Jamie Foxx has been accused in a civil lawsuit of assaulting a woman in New York City back in 2015. These high-profile cases and thousands more are the result of Governor Hochul signing the act into law 1 year ago, giving survivors an opportunity for justice.
They want history to reveal what happened to them. They don't want their abusers to get away with it.
Attorney Megan Goddard represents multiple women. The Adult Survivors Act also goes after corporations, businesses, and organizations that cover up for the alleged abusers. But the special legislation expires this week. Goddard wants Albany to extend it.
There's people who are calling me this week who just found out about it for the first time.
Hey everyone, welcome to the mix. Like, share, subscribe per usual. For those who are new to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscription button and hit the notification bell. That's the way you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. For the most part, I pre-record my videos, you guys, so that's what you're hearing right now, a pre-recorded video. I might drop it today, tomorrow, whatever the case may be, but yeah, most importantly, everyone, I need for you all, everyone, listen to this video. Yes, listen to this video from beginning to end. Thank you very much. It's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to subscribe, it's free to listen. Yeah, if you're interested in donating, donation information is in the description section. Also, you can hit that thanks. It's the thanks below my picture. That thanks, what will populate is some dollar figures, so select one. You can donate. All donations go towards content enhancement creations. Thank you in advance. And polls going on in the community section, so head on over there, vote. Always keep it respectful and peaceful in the comment section, you guys. I appreciate that. And let me get right to the topic. Okay, everyone, thank you again for tuning in, those domestically and internationally. How are you guys doing? Happy holidays to everyone. This is Thanksgiving week. This is, for me, it's late nights. So I'm like, what the heck, let me get up and do some content, let me get some videos out and see what's going on. I know it's kind of been a little low key and all of that, but as you can see what this video is going to be about, yes, these laws. Let's talk about that. You guys know, for those who are new to my channel, I do have a legal background. I am not an attorney, I am not a judge, but I do have a legal background. So I wanted to weigh in on this law from, it's called an ASA law, and it's scheduled to expire, to my understanding, on Friday, the one in New York. They do have another similar law in California. It's called the Look Back Law, and I've done content on that. Matter of fact, I will post the link in the description section of this video about that particular topic I did on Bill Cosby, and then also Michael Jackson. It's a look back law, and that's in California. So that's totally different from New York, but it's similar in a sense, if you get my point. But this law is opening up floodgates, as you can see. Looks like Jamie Foxx has found himself in a SA lawsuit. Also, as you can see on the screen, former executive has found himself also wrapped up in a civil lawsuit. So I'm not sure if they will settle like Diddy did, less than 24 hours. I think that probably was a record settlement. Usually when it comes to settlements, quote unquote, you have divorces. I don't even think divorce settlements settle just like that, especially when there's a lot of money on the table from that perspective. But let me go ahead and share a couple screens with you guys. I'm also going to probably share X, formerly known as Twitter, because Jamie Foxx has been trending. He's been trending, and I'm just like, wow. But the question is this a money grab for the courts? Because you guys know these civil suits, the courts get money. The courts are getting money. Remember, the courts were on pause during the pandemic. Wasn't nothing really being pushed through. A lot of the counties and the courts were on pause. They did started to navigate towards online, meaning Zoom court and all of that. Floodgates wasn't open in terms of cases, whether it be civil, criminal, whatever. Everything was kind of on pause during the pandemic. So is this a situation? It's just something to think about. And it's just, I'm throwing it out there because the attorneys in the courts are winning in these civil suits. When you file anything with the courts, they receive money. This is how judges get paid. This is how attorneys get paid. Attorneys filing whatever type of legal action on your behalf are getting paid. So yeah, I don't know. This could be a money grab for the courts, you guys, for them to temporarily enact this law. Because to my understanding, this New York ASA law, and it's called Adult Sex Assault. That's the term. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, but that's what it's called. And attorneys go in court and file this on your behalf. If you hire an attorney, and they're getting a cut of the settlement or whatever financial figure that is decided if it goes to trial through a judge or a jury. So attorneys get paid off of this, you guys. So like I said, I don't know. That's a question to throw out there. Is this a money grab for the courts as well? Because they making money. Are they really an advocate? Are the attorneys really like, oh, I'm for, justice for SA victims? Or are they capping behind the scenes type of gal? Like I said, I have a legal, background in terms of, degree wise. And I take pride in it because it's from accredited college. So, but yeah, and this is my passion. So, but yeah, that's just something to think about. And I'm probably going to run a poll in the community section. So stay tuned. Just think about it, you guys. Is this a money grab for the courts and attorneys? Because they're getting paid off of these lawsuits. The courts are getting paid. So let me go ahead and share this article with you, and then I'll come back with more of my commentary, reaction, and opinion. Okay, first, before I get into the article, per Google, the New York State's Adult Survivors Act, ASA, which was enacted on November 24th, 2022. Remember that, you guys, last year. Amends the state's statute of limitations for civil claims alleging certain S offenses, which may include any unwanted S contact in the workplace committed against individuals ages 18 or older. And I stand correct. I called it I called it Adult Sexual, but it's called Adult Survivors Act, and that's geared towards the SA, if you get my point. So yeah, this was enacted, you guys, last year. And pay attention to the operative words, which may include any unwanted S contact in the workplace committed against individuals ages, 18 or older. And this is per Google. So it ends on the 24th, which is Friday. Okay. According to NPR, and this article was posted about a week or so ago, but it cites that the New York Adult Survivors Act is ending next week. In New York, the Adult Survivors Act opened a 1-year window for adult survivors of SA to file civil suits past the statute of limitations. Mind you guys, there is a statute of limitations on SA cases or allegations, actions, and I think every state is kind of different. I'm not an open book in terms of my mind, so you have to Google that. But in New York, I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is on SA. So, but anyway, the article further cites, but that window closes next week, which is obviously this Friday, November 24th, day after Thanksgiving. There's a big deadline coming up on Thanksgiving in the state of New York, November 23rd. That's next Thursday. It's the last day of a 1-year window when adult survivors of SA may sue their alleged abusers, regardless of when the abuse allegedly occurred. Earlier this year, that window allowed E. Jean Carroll to bring and win damages in a lawsuit against Donald Trump, which was related to an incident in the mid-1990s. The window also just allowed the R&B singer Cassie to sue her former long-term partner, the music mogul Sean Combs, also known as Diddy. Her lawsuit alleges RAPE and a pattern of abuse. And let me pause right there, because everyone was celebrating Mr. Robert Kelly. Everyone was celebrating Bill Cosby. Everyone was celebrating Donald Trump a lot. The floodgates are open. That's why I always stated too that be careful what you celebrate, because it can come back on your fave, or it can impact you personally. Because not only from a high level perspective, these celebrities, it probably impacted people from a lower level in the corporate world as well. So these laws, or these temporarily laws, you have the main law with the statute of limitations, and then you have these creative thinkers in terms of lawmakers and whoever is pulling people's strings to say, hey, let's do this, let's, blah, 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 blah. And as I stated before, are they being genuine? Are they really for the victims? Or is this just a money grab for the courts and the legal team? So that's just a question to think about. So be careful what you celebrate, because it could be at your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? A state law in New York known as the Adult Survivors Act, which was signed just last year, makes all of this possible. And here to talk more about that law is attorney Marion Wang. She represented many clients seeking justice for SA abuse before and after this law was passed, and she's with us now. Welcome. And this is Marion Wang, reading what Marion Wang, attorney, is stating. Thank you so much for having me, Alyssa. That's Marion Wang. Okay, and Chang. Well, thanks for being with us. So I'm curious, how much are you and other lawyers seeking an uptick in clients bringing lawsuits under this law as the deadline is quickly approaching? Wang, there's definitely been a significant increase, and a lot of people just calling and trying to find out what their rights are and, deciding for themselves whether or not they want to pursue something. But it has been really a remarkable period of time. Operative words, remarkable period of time. Ching, ching. Money. Money. Chang. And do you have a sense of how much of a difference this law has made in terms of how many more lawsuits have been filed the last year compared to previous lawsuits when statute of limitations could not be circumvented? Wang, there's definitely been a significant increase in filings during this year. Many others are empowered to confront and threaten either their abuser or sometimes institutions behind that abuser to try to resolve the matter even before filing. So there are also a number of cases against institutions. So for example, there was a recent filing against Columbia University. There's a doctor who was employed by their healthcare system for years who engaged in abuse. For instance, under the Adult Survivors Act, many of those survivors were able to file cases against Columbia. Boom. Remember I told you guys on a lower scale, on a lower level. So you got corporate, you have doctors and universities, and wow. Chang, can we talk about why this law was passed in the first place? That's a great question. What were the shortcomings that people saw and wanted to address by opening up this additional 1-year window? Wang, the answer really is that it's a recognition that victims of SA and survivors of S trauma were gaslit or told that they should let bygones be bygones. So for so long, the law had limits on how women could pursue justice. And so even though that has changed over time and there has been an extension of the statute of limitations over time, this is a recognition that women from decades ago who may not have had the wherewithal or the understanding or were still so wrapped up in their own grief and shame. So that's the answer according to this attorney. But again, the attorneys win in the end. Ching ching. Off of someone else's trauma. Let's just be clear. Keep it real. Chang and trauma. Wang. From the AS that they can now examine it and ponder it and consider bringing their perpetrators to justice and give them that power of that choice. Chang. Exactly. But is an additional just 1-year window enough? You raised many important reasons why survivors of SA struggle with coming forward. So is just adding on a 1-year window enough to address that larger challenge? Wang, I don't think it's enough. I think that lawmakers do understand that there are a lot of more considerations than just immediately requiring somebody to meet a deadline. And I do think that on going forward, I'm hopeful that both New York and other states will be more understanding and either open more windows or change statute of limitations going forward. Chang. Marion Wang of the law firm Cutic Hecker Wang, thank you so much for joining us today. Wang, thank you. All right, you guys, I found that article to be very interesting for NPR. What are your thoughts? You heard the attorney. She gave the reason as to why this was a temporary law enacted for a year to allow other victims from the 90s, the 70s to come forth and say, hey, I was wrong. So they feel that, I guess, according to lawmakers, and I'm paraphrasing, that they feel that victims didn't have a voice, these alleged victims. I think she pointed to like females, but males experience things like this too. So it would be interesting to find out if there has been any males that came forward too. I mean, males, this is not just extended to females, right? So, you guys, the girl, the mix, although this is all happening, and I said this before, just check out previous videos, and for justice the correct way, justice for victims, whether it be men, women, kids, elder, true victims. That brings me back to what Slim Thug spoke about when he, basically alluded to it being a money grab for some people. To be honest, if you want to be transparent, it probably is. How can we prove that? I don't know. That's why I said in my last video, on the Slim Thug video, that perhaps law enforcement, prosecutors, or there could be some type of level of vetting people forward, vetting them. What that may look like, I have no idea. But there are some instances, in my opinion, where the charges, the alleged victims, is a bunch of malarkey, in my opinion. And that's a discussion for a whole nother day. But yeah, so a lot of people, back to Jamie Foxx, back to, the main thing. This law that's expired, Jamie Foxx is in the mix now. A former Bad Boy executive is in the mix now. Let me head on over to X and share some information with you guys from X, formerly known as Twitter. Okay, as you can see. Okay. And this person posted, I just realized DJ Academics was right. He said a new story would come out to distract the masses from the Diddy saga. Now Jamie Foxx is in the firing line. This could be very well, possibly, for those conspiracy theorists. Let me click on here and share a little bit of this, because it's this a coincidence? But also too, that law expires Friday, so the floodgates, like I said, has opened, and a lot of people are trying to get to the forefront to take legal action through an attorney before this law expires. Remember, it's only a 1 year window. The temporary law was enacted last year, so it expires. I'm not sure what the statute of limitation on SA is in New York. I'll have to Google that to find out, but let me click here.
Remember I told you. Two, I don't know who he's pissed off, who up in that echelon he's pissed off, but they checked his ass real quick. He's now paid his dues. And what's going to happen is that in the next week or two, some other crazy explosive shit's going to happen to some sacrificial lamb to drown this story out. Facts. Mark my word. In the next week or two, some crazy story you've never thought about. What the fuck? You'll forget about this shit in 2 weeks. Remember I told you. Again, I don't think, they always say you're accurate, invited to those tables. Two, I don't know who he's pissed off. Who up in that?
Hey, that was DJ Academic. So this person basically was just posted something that Academic stated, because he's been doing a lot of content on Diddy and this whole situation. So I did see that. So this person posted, Jamie Foxx has been sued for alleged SA. Let's see, because a lot of people's like, where is all this coming from? Duh, it was filed in New York. The law expires, so you have to do your due diligence and reading to see why is this. The women alleges that Foxx took her to a secluded corner of the Catch NYC rooftop lounge, rubs her boobs, and groped her under her underwear against her will. We've got another Jonathan Major situation on our hands. Everyone is getting accused of something. LOL. And I'm reading comments, you guys. I never believe these anymore. Not Jamie. Let there be investigation, and then we can decide who to support. Remember Johnny Depp. I can't believe Jamie could do this, but let's wait and see if these allegations are true. Okay, you guys, this is the Bad Boy executive and ex-assistant to former Bad Boy president Harv Pierre claims that he used his position of authority as her boss to groom, exploit, and SA her. I used to see him in a lot of pictures. Deleting everything that he produced and executive produced too. Y'all muting the whole Bad Boy era and everything. Y'all deleted all Diddy music, right? Then a week after Cassie and Diddy settled a RAPE lawsuit, the former president of Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment, Harvey Pierre, has been accused of SA. And this person, and this is from New York, so this person actually filed the lawsuit against Harv Pierre in New York. And again, that ASA temporary law is scheduled to expire on Friday. States, this person said, I might gotta take Diddy and Bad Boy out of rotation. He executive produced Jay-Z's American Gangster album too. Sigh. They're all connected. They're buddies. Like, duh. You in a business, entertainment business, they making music together. So if that's the case, everybody needs to delete everything. I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. I ain't deleting. No, I like music. So to each his own. But I like what I like. God deal and judge with whoever that did whatever. But I like entertainment. I like comedy shows. I like concerts. I like it. I will download it. If I like it, I'm going to watch it. So yeah, to each his own. Milagro Graham, she said, less than a week after Sean Diddy Combs was accused of RAPE and S trafficking by R&B singer Cassie, a longtime executive at his company Bad Boy Entertainment, is being sued for allegedly grooming and SA his assistant. Anonymous assistant alleges Pierre assailted her on multiple occasions from 2016 to 2017. And as a result, she suffered physical, emotional, and psychological injuries. Although with the pain and suffering, the woman is asking for damages that will fully and fairly compensate her. Okay. There you have it, you guys. There you have it. Ooh, sheesh. This is a lot. I don't like to dive into, and I said this before, like the details and the graphics of all of this. I don't like reading those type of pleadings and civil complaints or criminal complaints. I don't. It makes me uncomfortable, and it's not a good feeling. So, but let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you all believe this is a money grab for the courts and for the attorneys? As you heard that article I read, excerpts from that article with the attorney that was being interviewed by the journalist, seeing an uptick in cases. Uptick in cases equal money. Equal money. It does. Let's just be transparent and real. Are they coming from a genuine place? Lawmakers, attorneys, are they? Are they coming from a genuine place, or are they trying to make up for the money lost during COVID? I don't know. You know, so I mean, this is something to think about. Something to think about. Is it genuine? Are they really concerned about SA victims? The legit SA victims, are they? You know, so, but yeah. Are you guys deleting Bad Boy Entertainment's music catalog? I ain't deleting jack, and I still got CDs. So if that's the case, we need to, I mean, nobody's out here perfect. I don't know if these, you know, I can't speak to if these people, everybody did what they said they did and all of that. I can't speak to it at all. I did mention in my previous video about the Cassie situation. I believe 80% of that, what she cited, her attorney cited on her behalf, is possibly true. Back in the day, I mean, people were doing anything to try to get on fame, you know, this and that. They were, you know, had this big dream, this big idea, this big, you know, they loved music or whatever the case may be. Even from, if you think from a corporate perspective, some people, man, please, this is not just in entertainment. There's other sectors, even in the legal sector. Let's see. Even in courtrooms. Come on now. So I don't know. It's a one big full circle. Things that make you go, Don't just think it's in the music and film. No. This is in a lot of different sectors that this can happen, meaning power, meaning SA cases and situations and uncomfortable things to men and women. Let's just keep it real. Educators in that space as well, in that field as well. Just keep it real. You know, so, but how to determine a legit victim from a non-legit victim? I have no idea. Hopefully, maybe it gets to a point that people, all of this is happening, and we're living in a society that at one point in time, it seems like all of this was accepted. It was norm, unfortunately. Even I'm like, well, when I was in high school, and I think I touched on that in a couple videos, when I was in high school, the young girls, they like to date older guys. I'm thinking that it's normal. You know, I never thought like it was like creepy. I'm just like, they're not being abused, they're not being misused, they're not being, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how they connected or linked or whatever. But I don't know. It was perceived to be normal back then. But fast forward to the 2023, we're living in a different time. So they're going backtracking. You know, do I agree with somebody dropping something in someone's drink? Hell no. No. To me, you a punk. If you gotta manipulate a female in that manner, or a female manipulate a guy in that manner, or do something just horrible in that manner, that's a coward. That's a punk. You no. You're crazy. You don't have enough suave or player in you to be able to court a female, or a female, you know, date a guy without doing something manipulative or doing something evil or doing something wrong to get them to do something, to get them on your side or to get them to do what you want them to do. That's freaking cruel to me. That's why I'm at. It's not even in that space to say, oh, I'm gonna manipulate this person to get what I want, or I'm gonna, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wired differently, you guys. Maybe. And somebody tell me a long time ago that they could have taken advantage of me. I'm like, wow. Like, who the fuck thinks about taking advantage of some motherfucking body? Excuse my French, but that shit triggers me. It pisses me off. Because there's people out here that pray, and I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'm glad that person told me that. That's a sign for God. So, Vino, in that person's head, basically, you know, because my spirit is nice, you know, I'm welcoming, you know, not to everyone, but when I'm in that space or get to, you know, no, you don't take advantage of opportunities in a negative or evil manner against anyone. So, no, I'm not rocking with that. I'm not. Flip side, there are people out here who chase fame, who chase certain things, and they chase it, and they're willing to do whatever, drop it low, spread it wide to get to whatever level, whether it be corporate level, whether it be tech level, whether it be educators, whether it be entertainment. There are some people. So are they victims? I don't know. Y'all tell me. So this conversation will continue because society is continuing to change. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts, you guys. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thanks. Populate. It's some different dollar figures. You could donate to the mix, and I appreciate that, you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.